Alright, YouTube, what it do? Glad to have y'all back. You know what it is. Welcome to the man cave. Now, I usually don't post this kind of content regularly. Every now and then, if it's worth talking about, I may have something to say on it. But um, as you all probably already know, Shannon Sharpe and ESPN are parted ways with one another. You know, regardless of how it happened, he would no longer continue his tenure at ESPN. And what he do is his business. He a millionaire. I'm not. ESPN a billionaire. I'm not. So they gonna carry on with or without me. So, but I will say this. Wish everybody, all parties involved, uh, the best. We learn from our mistakes, and it just is what it is. I'm not sure on those numbers, so I'm not a legal expert, but if I'm not mistaken, I heard a report that uh, the lawsuit was dismissed because the woman didn't show up at court, and her woman, uh, the plaintiff and her attorney, neither showed up in court. So I don't know. I've never been sued before, and I never had to sue anybody, but I guess that's how you do it when you settle. I don't know, but Shannon Shaw got that big check though. I thought was from his podcast deal, that hundred and something plus or whatever. So he had to settle for 50. I think they said it was 50 million. I don't know how he paying or what. None of that. But fellas, and I'm gonna tell you, men are some fragile creatures mentally, cause we so persuaded by a woman's allure. You know, um, we gotta have more discipline, man. It's just that simple. Gotta have more discipline. And it's a shame that you form a relationship with somebody contrary to what it is. You think you got you a partner. You know, think you got somebody you can kick it with. What y'all got, that's y'all thing. Like I got a friend named Bob. Me and Bob got our thing, and me and Linda got our thing. I'm friends with both of them, but we got our own thing. We got our own thing. So you think you got a thing going with somebody, then next thing you know, the bottom fall out. Um, you got to be selective, man. I remember one time back in the day in my 20s, and I ran that little thing there for a while though. Uh, it was just something I was doing. If I thought it was a form of discipline, and it really was. But when I meet a girl, because I used to love to mac to women, I'm talking about it wasn't even the thing about trying to get to know them better. I just liked the conversation, that first conversation. I used to love to talk to them, make them blush, make them feel special. And if we never talked again, I gave them something to run with. Gave them that boost of confidence. And I used to put a smile on all of them face. Out of 100 women, if I ever talked to at a bar or at a club or whatever, I say at least 90, enjoy the conversation. So, but with that being said, I would go if a woman would be willing to sleep with me less than 3 weeks. I wouldn't mess with her because I was scared. I ain't want no problem. I ain't want no smoke. If you gonna sleep with me that quick, you was off my radar. It's a difference in me knowing you for 8 months, and then when we call ourselves courting, it took less than 3 weeks, right? That's different. But to meet a woman on the first go round and she ready to kick it with me sooner than 3 weeks, I wouldn't mess with her. Out of all respect, and to this day I have no burned bridges to my knowledge. And I know on my end, all my relationships, You know, if it ended bitter, we reconcile afterwards. So we ain't got no burnt bridge. But it's a shame you develop a relationship with somebody and then, like I said, the bottom fall out, man. But it's a learning lesson. But to these rich guys we got money and got clout. Hey, man, I'm telling you, you know, sometimes we feel like we're invincible, but we're not. And especially if you making like me, and if you making 100 down, you sure ain't got time for them problems. Because the consequences versus a lawsuit with a rich guy might be different for you. She might go get her little brother or big brother or something. You know, gang up on you, set you up. You know, you never know, man. Got to be careful, fellas. Got to be careful with your selection. In today's world, even more importantly, because now when you call a person, you can record their phone call, your phone call. And if you hit the record button, I'm not sure it is, but if you hit the record button while it's ringing, they not even gonna know you recording them because it's gonna say, if you hit it during the conversation, I know for a fact it's gonna say your phone call is now being recorded. And I'm like, what y'all doing? You know, what's going on? They making it accessible, easy for y'all to put yourself in that trick bag. You know? So fellas, I'm telling you, man, listen, have some discipline, man. And discipline can take you a long way. Two things, discipline and respect. Well, you can go a long way with them. Hey, that's my time, man. To the next episode, I'm gonna smoke out. Y'all rock that.